Okay, next question. My 4-year-old needs to develop his self-regulation skills, but he's very sharp with his letters and his number activities, reading, interpersonal skills, etc. So the family are worried he'll get bored if they keep him and repeating the year before full-time 5-year-old, and that'll put too much pressure on that setting to keep him interested. He doesn't realise he needs to develop self-regulation skills. What do you suggest on that one, Kaylene?
Oh, I think you've got to go with your gut. And if you know, as you do, that social and emotional skills are really key, ultimately you're going to get to a point. If you were to send your little 4-year-old to school without those skills, in a few years' time, every kid in that class is going to have literacy and numeracy skills. They're all going to be able to read. But your little guy is potentially at risk of not being a good social fit with that group, and perhaps being a bit behind in other areas because of those emotional skills that he needed to develop early on. I think you're making the right decision to keep him in preschool if he doesn't have those really core skills. If you've got a really clever guy on your hands, and it sounds like you do, just explain to him that school isn't just about learning to read and write. When you go to school, you also need to be able to do lots of other things that you can practice together in the next year, and make those a goal for him so that he knows it's not just about things that he knows how to do already, but it's about calming himself down when he's feeling upset, or asking the teacher for help, or joining in with friends, whatever it might be that you've realised he needs help with. Let him get on board on the same team, working towards the same goal, so that he knows this isn't a wasted year. This is just a year of different learning that he still needs to do.
And I need to reassure you, there's one thing that you've said, will it put too much pressure on the preschool to keeping you interested? Now, I need to reassure you that a second year at being a 4-year-old in a really fantastic early childhood setting, they don't need to keep him interested, trust me. There is the open-ended autonomous play that will endlessly be. He will still be able to be the boss of his own learning journey. He will absolutely have opportunities to grow and expand within that environment. Remember, there's that perception that it's the educators that lead the child's learning. And I'm going to tell you that you have a bright button, and absolutely every child actually needs to be given autonomous freedom to play as much as possible, especially without being told how to do it. So I think that construct there, and I think that's one of the things that's shifted over the years, is we think that we need early childhood educators to help our kids learn to get cleverer, when in actual fact, we need them to keep them safe. And yes, definitely at times to scaffold them and give them opportunities for all those extra things. But he's going to be in the perfect environment with which to develop all of those new skills with a different bunch of kids, with possibly educators who already know and like him and understand him, so they don't have to actually take on any more additional stuff. He will be teaching them. I think it's a great move too.